Quick shout out to my Patreons who keep this channel going. You can join my Patreon down in the description below. What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're back for Sympho Sundays with Symphogear episode 10 of season 4, AXZ, as it's kind of just, that's kind of its little nickname. Okay. So it has literally been a year since I last watched any Symphogear, so you'll have to forgive me if my details are a little sketchy when it comes to the rest of the season. I'm trying to remember as much as I can. I've gone through and had a look at some of the major plot points that have gone on so far. If I remember correctly from last episode, we had the little mini shrine arc, which kind of revealed a bit about where, what's the face? Oh god, character names have gone as well. Oh dear, this is not good. What was the name? Shirabe? Right? Yeah? Because it was a shrine? Yeah, Shirabe. So we kind of get the idea of where she came from, because it's kind of implied. They don't spell it out exactly, but it's pretty implied that this is where she came from and how she got this name, etc. But I think the biggest point so far, because that was like a little side story, I think a big point is how the characters need to be able to link up to do their duets. There was an actual name for it, I think. But I think Shirabe was struggling with that, because Shirabe and Kirika obviously are linked up and are harmonizing together just fine. But I think it's Shirabe who's struggling to do that with other people as well. Or was it Kirika? I think they're both kind of struggling for it, although I think Kirika has demonstrated it before already. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of the big point, is we need to harmonize in duos, especially when it's not necessarily a duo we are available with. So if we're split up and you don't have that other person, well, you've got to be able to do it with who you're with, right? So that kind of has to make sense. But the rest of it was Prelati and her death. So now it's only Saint-Germain left of the Alchemist for Adam's plan. And if I remember correctly, he wants to sacrifice one of them to make this work. So it looks like Saint-Germain is going to be the one sacrificed in order to do whatever he's doing with Tiki and her star chart and working that out. There was some more context to that I'm sure will start to trigger now that we're in the last few episodes. We've got this one and then we're into the final 3. So I imagine a lot of the story now is going to really start ramping up with regards to that. Also, Tiki wants to be a real human, to be Adam's wife. I get the feeling that maybe that's that's not going to happen. I get the feeling that Tiki's probably going to be just another pawn for Adam to use. I don't know if Adam truly cares about... Well, Adam doesn't care about anyone, really. The only one that is potential to care about is Tiki, just because they are close, but I don't even know if he cares about Tiki, like, genuinely, you know? Like, I'm not sold on that just yet. Tiki is obviously completely in love with Adam and wants his kids. Literally a baseball number of kids, I think was the line. So yeah, there is that as well. But yeah, we've got the Ignite modules that we are using and are working. And yeah, we are now... It's now come down to it. Like, Paris Saint-Germain, I think, is more empathetic to Song than she was at the very beginning. That's for certain. I don't know if they're going to be able to save her, or if she'll even want saving, because she's still very much of this conviction of... I mean, she still wants to do what she believes in, but I think she knows that Adam is not necessarily wanting the same thing. They might be aligned in how they're going to get towards the thing, but I don't think she believes Adam's actually going for the same thing. He's probably just using this to go and then do his own thing and discard them. So that makes me think that maybe Paris Saint-Germain will turn on Adam, just like how he had... Because it was Maria that turned and became part of us later on as well. I don't think Paris Saint-Germain is going to survive this season, or if she does, I don't think she will come back for next season. But it'll be interesting nonetheless. But yeah, Saint-Germain knows that Adam will wanting to sacrifice the alchemists, and yeah, since she refused, he's now managed to kill off essentially the other two. Um, I mean, Cagliostro and Palazzi kind of knew what was going on, were trying to escape their fates, but ultimately didn't work. Um, yeah, so I don't know. I kind of expect Paris Saint-Germain to turn on Adam, but I don't know if that's going to work out too well for her. Let's put it that way. Anyway, I'm not going to talk too much more because I'm really struggling to remember much more than that. Hopefully, we'll see a bit more this episode that will start jogging my memory, because once I start watching it, it'll start to jog, and you guys in the comments are always fantastic with Symphogear episodes, so I'm not too concerned about being too far behind. If there's anything I've missed or anything that I don't quite fully grasp in this episode that I should know from previous episodes, I'm sure you guys will tell me anyway, so thank you very much for that. I apologize for leaving it so long in getting back to this and my rather inept memory of situations. I think I've done okay considering, but I know I could do better. Anyway, let us get this all set up. So, as per usual, here on YouTube, we're doing time-based format reactions. I will count you down 3, 2, 1, play. On play, you start the episode, I start the episode, and we should be in sync. On Patreon, however, you have the full picture-in-picture, so you can watch me and the anime alongside on the same screen. Nothing's changed with that. It'll all be available. This should be out a week. Well, by the time you're watching this on YouTube, episode 11 will be out, hopefully, around about this time tomorrow. Well, it'll be out later in the evening, I should say, because I usually upload Patreon about 6 p.m., 7 p.m. in the evening, my time. YouTube releases come out about 1 p.m., so if you wait a little bit later today, the episode 11 should kind of be out by then. If that changes for whatever reason, just pay attention to my Discord. I'm going to have a little notice thing on Discord for Patreon releases as well as normal video releases, but that's coming along a little slowly. So, we're watching this one anime party as per usual because we have the very good D-Truck subs, the fan subs of this series, because as I was suggested to very early on, fan subs are the way to go for this series since they put a lot of passion into the show, more than what Crunchyroll or Funimation did at the time whenever they were broadcasting it. So, I think Season 5's maybe slightly different, but I'll get you guys on that one later. Well, I'll ask you that at the finale. No logos or anything, we're just going straight into the episode, and yeah, I think that's everything I needed to say. I think. Sure, we'll go with that. So attempt number 2 at starting this, because I messed up the first one. Let's get into episode 10, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, play. Hello, Saint-Germain. Oh, that was from when they were collecting earlier on, wasn't it? That's kind of a point, yeah. Nope. Hello, Tiki. Hello, Adam. Hmm. Hmm. Oof. Hmm. I can't wait. I'm assuming we've still got a couple more songs for this season to go. I'm assuming the finale song's going to be a banger as per usual. But I also can't wait for season 5's music. Because, I mean, the music has just been getting better and better as the season's gone on. I might have to do like a little video to like which Symphogear song is my favorite. Might do something like that. That might be a fun little bonus video to do. Nice. All right. Oh, back at the academy. Antiki Fira. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Mm. Yeah. Oh. Ah. Oh. Sure thing, Chris. Briefing time. Ooh, hello. Like an hourglass. Oh, Orion. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Woof. Hmm. Yeah, you don't really have a choice. Oh. Okay. Oh. Interesting. Hmm. So he annihilated all the research that we needed for that. Okay. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Deicide. The power to kill a god. Oof. Yep. Sounds about right. How do you kill a god? I mean, one way to defeat a god is for no one to know it, you know? A god can only exist if it's still believed in. Is there more to Gungnir than just that? Yeah, it makes sense that it's at least a part of it, you know? Mm-hmm. Oh boy, here we go. Okay. Mm. Has Ibuki ever had a birthday party? Mm. Oof. Mm. Oh, back to the shrine. Mm. Mm. Oh, central control plinth. All right. Oh, it's starting. Opening the gate. Ooh, okay. I mean, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Probably. Probably. I have no. Well, I have some confidence. Oh boy. Someone get the phone. Mm. Oh. Mm. And. Oh. Mm. Oof. Uh oh. Oh. Mirror the Ryan. Mm-hmm. What? Keystone? What are they do? Oh. Right, these stones were at the other shrine, weren't they? Ah, okay. Very nice. Oh, here we go. Transformation time. Nope, there isn't. Where were you storing that? Never mind. Forget I asked. Oh, there we go. Mmm. Twin killer. Ah, how dare you cut them off? Let's vibe into that. Well. Oh. Oh, she differentiates between the two. Hmm. Oh. Oh. Oh, hell yeah. Two shouts, one love. Very nice. Oof. Nope. Nothing left. Hand out. Yep, of course. Godlike power to break the curse by God's roll. Very nice. Oh, Adam, piss off. Oh boy. Oh dear, here we go. Oh no. Oh, that's even worse. That's even worse. Hmm. Oh, Tiki's still alive, I guess. Here we go. Don't suppose you can shield the entire planet off from the stars, can you? Oh boy. Why use mirrored Orion when you can just use Orion itself? Oh, Hibiki. Oh. Alright. Does he care? I guess. Yeah. They wanted the same power, but not for the same reasons. Shock. Alright, now this should be Paris Saint-Germain's turning point. I think she was already turned, but here we go. Oh boy. Oh! So Tiki is the conduit of the power. Alright. Jesus Christ. And she's still shooting. Nice. Oh no. Oh. Mm. Mm. Linker overdose, okay. Yeah. No. Get the ending song, god damn it. Hmm. Shock. Hmm. Yep. God. Oh. Good episode. Really, really good episode. And I don't think we have anything afterwards either on this one. I'm just gonna let the AD play out though. Oh, so good. Love it. I think this season, when it comes to like the endings of episodes, the ending music kicking in, I think this season has done it the best. I really am going to have to do this idea of ranking the Symphogear songs, I think. I might do it like season by season, or do OPs and EDs, and then in actual show songs. I'll have to think about that one, but I'm sure you guys will help me out with that. Yep, that was it. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What a good episode. Symphogear never fails to disappoint. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to... I don't think I have the time to do all three of them in one sitting, though. That's the problem. I want to binge it, but I don't have the time to binge it. Ah, ah, ah. That's all, that's all I have to say. Um, well, Kirika is out of commission for a while, which means currently Hibiki and Sanjaman are the only ones left that can fight against the Divine Gate. And we've got to fight Adam. So Tiki is now the conduit for this power. So we've got to fight Adam, stop him being able to command it. If we destroy Tiki... If we destroy Tiki, then I think we're fine. But will Adam just then put the conduit through someone else? Like, he wants to control the power, but I don't think he necessarily wants to put his own body in the way of that power. I don't know, it depends what this Divine Gate is really trying to get, because obviously he's shown immense power with the laser and stuff that almost wiped him out. That's obviously not the end goal here. That's just the power that is naturally there whilst they're opening the gate. It's not technically open all the way yet. I think getting rid of Tiki is going to be a big thing, though. I think we need to get rid of Tiki. Because then at least that power has to go somewhere else. And I don't know if anyone else can handle that power necessarily. So we're then fine. Unless Adam goes all out and says, screw it, I'm going to be in that place instead. Which will probably destroy him, but will at least unleash whatever he wants. Maybe. I don't know. It really depends what Adam really wants of... It really does depend what Adam wants of this Divine Gate, because, like, how are we doing this? How are we doing this? I get the feeling Saint-Germain might sacrifice herself in order to do this, because, again, I don't think she makes it out of this alive somehow. I really don't think she's going to make it out alive. And I think she's willing to sacrifice herself, because then she can at least... The sins that she says she carries now, she can atone and make up for those sins by at least stopping this oppressor, right? She was always trying to stop the oppressor of humanity. And now Adam is that oppressor. She'll go out on her own terms to stop him. Well, attempt to stop him. We'll see if she can actually do it herself. But I imagine it's going to take at least the next 2 episodes to do that. And then we've got to figure out what the God Killer actually is. I mean, it's got to be connected to Gungnir in some way. They've alluded to that. I mean, it is from Germany. It's from the time where the research points. I don't know if they need something else, or if they need a special way of activating it, or what, but Gungnir in some way will be needed for this. So we need Hibiki alive. Which, they're not going to kill off Hibiki. I don't think they're going to kill off any of them. Like, even Kirika, I think they're not going to kill off Kirika. I'm expecting Sanjaman to die. I'm expecting Tiki and Adam to be destroyed by the very end. But, you know. I'm curious to see what this divine power actually is. And what it actually becomes, you know? How will this divine power manifest? It might just be, like... If it is just the power of a god, then... It just needs a conduit to act through, right? So then the destruction of Tiki would make sense. If Adam goes in that way, who knows? I think Adam has one last Hail Mary available to him. But I don't know how he's necessarily going to control it, because Tiki's now seems like, as she was always intended, a puppet. She is a puppet for the power that Adam wants. So Adam tells Tiki what to do, using the power, it just happens. And I think Tiki is... Has Tiki lost herself now? Does Tiki exist now, or is Tiki just a doll to which the power can be used? I'm going to assume it's that. Which means her dream of becoming a real girl probably is gone as well. Which, I don't know... Do people actually care about Tiki? I'm curious, actually, now. Because, like, I'm indifferent to the fact of Tiki's existence. Like, if this is the end for Tiki, I don't know if I'd necessarily be sad for her, because I don't really know... I can't really think more about her backstory in that case. You know? I'm curious if anyone else, like, feels differently about Tiki, because Tiki just wants to be a real girl and wants to be with Adam. She's supportive of whatever he's doing, but she doesn't really care. She just wants to be with Adam. And thus is the puppet, right? But we'll see. We'll see what happens in the next episode, because I feel like the next episode might answer some of this. And then we'll get to the big fight in 12 and maybe a bit of 13. Although 13... What was episode 13 like last season? Was that just a... Yeah, 13 last season was Carol and the Ultimate Weapon. Yeah, so 13 was still a big fight scene last season. The season before... It was still, yeah, okay. So, we've got 3 episodes of actual fight, I'd imagine, with us left, so... I'm looking forward to this. I don't think it's going to disappoint. I just wish I could binge it. Like, hang on. When do I... I'm trying to work out if I can binge it or not. If I were to binge it... Okay, let's think about it this way. Let's say I was able to binge it. It would then release on Patreon on the 22nd, all 3 episodes, and then on the 29th for YouTube. And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. Okay. Okay. I want to try. I want to try and get that binge in. I really do. We'll see. I'm not going to make any promises, but I want to try and get all 3 of them done. We'll see. If I have time, I want to do it, because... Symphogear for 9s are too good. Anyway, that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed that one as much as I did. Leave a like if you did, as well as your comments down below. Help me Symphogear people for things that I've forgotten, things that I may have missed in this episode because I've been away for a year. Please help me. And then, yeah. Don't forget to hit subscribe. We'll be back next week with definitely 1 episode. I'd love to do 3. We'll see if it's possible. But thank you everyone for watching. Until next time, see you guys later.